Okay, so buying a home is obviously a huge step, and the Real Estate Council of Ontario has created an information guide to make sure you can navigate the whole journey with confidence. So let's walk through exactly what that means for you.
The whole process, it can feel like a real mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a little bit of stress, right? Well, this guide is designed to tip the scales toward excitement by making sure you feel totally prepared and empowered every single step of the way.
So, the most crucial point to get is that this guide exists to make sure you know your rights and options right from the very beginning. As you can see, it's a mandatory document introduced under the Trust in Real Estate Services Act, and it's a required step designed specifically to protect you as a consumer. Now, every real estate agent in Ontario has to walk you through this guide. You can think of this explainer as kind of like a primer. Your agent at the Bouma Group is going to go through everything in detail with you and answer all your questions, so you'll have a really great foundation before you sign anything at all.
Okay, let's move on to the first major decision you're going to make: how you want to be represented. And this choice is fundamental because it really defines the level of service, protection, and expert advice you'll get through the whole transaction.
Essentially, it really just boils down to two paths. You can either work with an agent as their client, which creates a formal relationship with specific legal duties owed to you, or you can choose to represent yourself. And this one really highlights the crucial differences in duties and protections. I mean, look at this. As a client, your agent gives you undivided loyalty. But if you're self-represented, the other agent works for their client, the seller. And that means they literally cannot give you advice. And any confidential info you share, like, say, your maximum budget, must legally be shared with the seller. That's a huge difference. And this quote from the guide itself really gets to the heart of it all. When you're a client of an agent at the Bouma Group, your best interests are their #1 priority. It's about having a professional in your corner completely committed to your success. So if you do choose to become a client, that relationship is made official in a written contract. And this isn't just a handshake deal. It's about creating total clarity for everyone involved right from the start. Think of this agreement as the roadmap for how you and your agent are going to work together to find your new home. It just makes sure there are no surprises and that everybody is on the same page from day one.
Now, of course, your agent will review every single part of this document with you, but this slide just highlights the key sections. From the exact services you'll get to how long you'll be working together, it's all laid out clearly right there in the agreement.
All right, let's move on and see how the guide prepares you for a couple of specific situations that can pop up. Real estate isn't always straightforward, and being ready for these scenarios is absolutely key to feeling confident. The key thing to know here is that if this happens, your agent's duties actually change. They have to stay impartial so they can't advise one client over the other. But most importantly, you have to consent to it in writing, and you always have the right to refuse.
This is a pretty significant element in Ontario real estate these days. As a buyer, you get to decide if you even want to participate in this type of offer process. Your agent at the Bouma Group can advise you on the best strategy depending on the situation and, of course, your comfort level.
So really, the entire purpose of this guide, when you boil it all down, is to make sure you're informed and protected throughout your entire journey. This isn't just about rules and regulations. It's truly about your peace of mind.
As you can see, there's a formal complaint process. Now, this is something we never expect you'll need, but it's there to give you confidence and to uphold professional standards. It's just another layer of protection, making sure you're treated fairly and ethically.
So, to wrap it all up, this guide is really your first step toward a transparent and successful home buying experience. It's all about understanding your options, knowing your rights, and feeling confident in whatever path you ultimately choose. So, after going through this overview, the most important question is the one right there on the screen. What questions do you have for your agent? Your home buying journey should start with total clarity and confidence, and understanding this guide is the very first step to getting there.